Today in cloud gaming news, we've got to catch up on quite a few headlines, from GeForce Now getting Xbox Game Pass support, all the way to PlayStation Project Q getting an official name called PlayStation Portal. We're going to be breaking it all down in today's video, and kicking things off, we have a major change in the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard. As we all know, Microsoft's been kind of hung up with the CMA on trying to get this approval. They're the last holdout when it comes to regulators, and their big concern is cloud gaming. As such, Microsoft has presented a new proposition, and it's a very interesting one that involves Ubisoft. Long story short, Microsoft would be divesting Activision Blizzard King's cloud gaming rights to Ubisoft for 15 years. What exactly does that mean? Well, basically you could expect Activision Blizzard King games to be streamable via Ubisoft Plus. Not only that, but Ubisoft themselves would be able to license those games to a range of cloud gaming services and subscriptions. Basically, they would have a say on where those games end up being streamable, be it GeForce Now, Amazon Luna, or any other cloud gaming service. So why the proposition? Since the CMA's concern is about cloud gaming, this definitely takes some power away from Microsoft when it comes to that aspect. And it only makes sense to do it with Ubisoft, considering just how big of a third-party company they are and how much they've been pushing cloud gaming. They pretty much support every cloud gaming service out there. Now obviously, this is a major change, and the CMA will be taking a look at the proposition and seeing whether or not they approve of it. My best guess is that chances are they probably will. This is a major shift when it comes to the overall cloud gaming aspect of it. But it really can't be understated. This is such a major shift and proposition that even the EU may re-review the overall acquisition deal as well. Truth is that there are still a lot of finer details that need to be worked out, but I gotta say, the way this sounds, Ubisoft has a lot of control and say on where these games end up being playable. Honestly though, at the end of the day, I do think this is overall a good thing. As I stated earlier, Ubisoft is easily the biggest third-party supporter of cloud gaming. They've been there since day one, and they support all major platforms. I feel both the CMA and the EU will pass this without issue, but I will say that it does seem to delay the overall acquisition yet again. After all, the CMA has stated that it can take up to October to actually get this done, and if the EU does decide to do a re-review, well, we don't know how long they plan on taking. Either way, let me know your thoughts on this down in the comment section below. Do you think it's a good thing for Ubisoft to have control of the streaming rights, or do you think it's a bad thing? But for now, let's talk about GeForce Now getting Xbox Game Pass support. At Gamescom, it was officially announced that Game Pass titles will be arriving to the cloud this week. That means you'll be able to stream supported PC games from Xbox Game Studios and Bethesda, including Deathloop and Grounded starting August 24th, as well as other games from top publishers with games on Xbox PC Game Pass that are also available to stream, including Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord and No Man's Sky. This is a long time coming, and it's something that people have been requesting for ages. Props to Nvidia for getting this done, and props to everybody who's making this happen, because this is going to make a lot of people happy, including myself. Adding Xbox Game Pass titles to GeForce Now just makes it that much better of a service, and I can't wait to start streaming them. Now, as a heads up, I will have more details on all of this in tomorrow's GFN Thursday update, so be sure to stay tuned for that and not miss out. But for now, let's spotlight some other big news that happened at Gamescom revolving around GFN. First, some major games that people have been excited for are coming to GFN Day 1. That includes Payday 3, Alan Wake 2, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, and Party Animals. Not gonna lie, pretty excited for all of those titles. The one I'm most excited about though probably has to be Alan Wake 2. It looks amazing based on what they've shown so far. But the next piece of major news revolves around Nvidia and DLSS 3.5. It's the latest version of Nvidia's game-changing AI neural network that is continuously improving. And the newest update brings a brand new feature called Ray Reconstruction. It basically improves lighting effects like reflections, global illumination, and shadows to create an even more immersive and realistic gaming experience. And this is something GeForce Now Priority and Ultimate members will be able to take advantage of, as the feature is supported on all RTX GPUs. DLSS 3.5 arrives this fall alongside supported games like Alan Wake 2, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, and Portal with RTX. But for now, let's move on to the last cloud gaming news story of the day, and it has to do with PlayStation Portal. Now, if you haven't heard that name before, don't worry, because that's officially the name for Project Q, Sony's remote streaming handheld. And I gotta clarify, remote streaming is very important here. And that's because of the information they shared, as they've stated that PlayStation Portal will not have support for PlayStation Plus Premium's cloud streaming. Personally, I think that's an extremely wild omission, and I do still suspect that eventually it'll get support. After all, this thing is really just running on Android. But regardless, that is news that needed to be shared because I think a lot of people like myself expected PS Plus streaming to eventually just work on this thing. Other important info you might want to know in case you do plan on picking one up is that it's going to be launching at $199, supports an 8-inch LCD screen capable of 1080p at 60 FPS. Honestly, it seems like a great little handheld accessory and one that I really wanted to pick up, but I'm just not sure it's going to be something for me if it doesn't support cloud gaming. Either way, that wraps up this cloud gaming news day. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button as it really does help the channel out, and if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. As always, thank you for watching the video. This has been the Virtual Cloud, giving you the latest and greatest on everything cloud gaming related, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.